babe. You need help?
I needed help a long time ago. Are you gonna, like, can you not annoy me today?
How the fuck am I annoying you?
Like yesterday, you were kind of being annoying, like just like a gnat, like. Zzz, you know?
How the fuck was I being annoying?
You know, the annoying things that you do.
Like what?
The annoying things.
What annoying things?
What's your plan for today?
To annoy the shit out of you.
I
That's
know,
what it is.
I'm kind of trying to prevent that. Can you not be annoying today?
Oh, motherfucker.
The a-hole for refusing to pay for my stepdaughter's wedding because her real daddy is the one that's gonna walk her down the aisle. So let me tell you guys about my stepdaughter, all right? She wants her real daddy to walk her down the aisle. Now let me give you a little backstory on me and my stepdaughter. She just graduated from university, which I paid for. Now, she went to an in-state university, but it still cost me about $40,000. Now, I also bought her a car. I bought her a car straight after high school. That way she could go back and forth to school. I bought her a car. She still lives with me and her mother. She does not have a job. Now, she's set to be married on August the 8th. And for the past 6 months, that's all her and her mother been talking about doing. Being occupied with, being consumed most of their time. Now, her daddy, he don't contribute to not 1 cent on her. Not her education, not child support, which is partly her mother's fault because, you know, she didn't fight for that. And I guess that's just what the settlement was. And he only around to make promises. I do that for you. I do this for you, and then take off. And then she'd be heartbroken. But she adores her father, right? So, like I said, she's set to be married in August. And the wedding venue, I told them they could have it in my home. The wedding venue can hold about 250 people, right? Now I said, hey, I got a list of 20 people that I want to come to the wedding. I'm paying for this at my house. I want these 20 people to come. Do y'all know Saturday, I see one of my friends at the golf course, right? He's supposed to come to the wedding. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna see you at the wedding, right? He said, I only got an announcement. I didn't get an invite. I'm like, nah. I'll let my girlfriend and stepdaughter know to send out the invitations on these few people. And you're supposed to get an invite. He said, I got something, but it was an announcement. So we walked to his car because I want to check, right? And sure enough, it was an announcement. So I went and talked to my girlfriend and said, did you invite those 20 people to the wedding that I told you about? Man, she didn't invite none of them. She said 250 people was a little tight, and I don't think we can get your 20 people in there. Man, I was pissed. And the people that were supposed to come, they pissed as well. Then she's gonna say if any other people that we already invited don't RSVP, then we'll get some of your people in here. I'm like, what? Man, that's crazy, man. Don't even worry about it, man. I'll just be mad. All right? So now, the crazy part about it is, when I check the invitations, they don't even have my name on them. They have her real daddy and her on the invitation that I paid for. I paid for these invitations. How you got a real daddy on there, her mama on there? Cool. Couple days later, I'm hosting the venue at my house, hosting the wedding family at my house, okay? It's me, stepdaughter, girlfriend, groom, and their parents, right? Trying to help everybody get real acquainted. Then a surprise guest shows up, my stepdaughter's real daddy. And I'm like, you know what? Cool. He probably just coming to the wedding, right? But tell me why my stepdaughter proceeds to stand up and announce that her real daddy is giving her away at the wedding. What? The wedding that I'm paying for in my house, the daddy don't do nothing for you, is giving you away? Oh, and they were just so happy and smiling. Oh, yay, great. Inside, I was fuming. Inside, I wanted to cry or punch somebody. Probably wanted to do both, honestly. So I took that time to stand up and give a toast as well. I said, I owe the groom and the bride a deep debt of gratitude because they have opened my eyes tonight. Oh, everybody at the table was just smiling. They have let me know that my position in this family is not what I thought it was. Oh, you should have saw the frowns, man. Now they mad. It done got serious. I let them know I am not the godfather or, the head of the family that I thought I was, the loved one that would be seeked out in times of need. Nah. I realized I'm an ATM. Yeah. So, since I have been replaced as host of the wedding, I shall be relinquishing, giving my financial duties to the new host, and I would back out monetarily. Yeah. Yep. Now, after the announcement, a whole lot of snickering was going on around the table, right? A lot of mumbling, but they didn't say anything to me. Nobody addressed me now. Now, later that night, tell me why my girlfriend gonna come to me talking about how I'm ruining so much, how I'm ruining so much for backing out, and how her daughter ain't gonna have her dream wedding, and how her daughter ain't this and that. Okay, well, it's apparent that I'm not family in this family. So the family should take care of it, right? That's my stepdaughter. I mean, it ain't even my stepdaughter, really. It's my girlfriend. I just happen to be around her for the last 10 years. But tell me why the next day, my girlfriend trying to show me how much I'm ruined, right? She takes me to where they planning the wedding, and the wedding planner showed me, all the things they got going down, everything they got set up. I look at the venue. They got some father-daughter dances, right? 3 songs. All of them cater to her real dad, not me. I looked at the food they got. 2 of the dishes got stuff I'm allergic to in it. I just started laughing. Like, they want me to pay for this? His name on it, not mine. His songs, not mine. The food, I can't eat the food. And the 20 people out of 250 that I wanted, they can't even come in my house? Wow. Okay. It's wild, man. So I went on ahead and let her know I will not be there, and neither will my money. Yeah. And they will no longer be at my house either. And you will no longer be at my house or your daughter. Because, yeah, I'm not family. I'm not even important enough to be put up on the brochure. It's crazy, man. Yeah.
Cayenne pepper moves blood. It's one of the best circulatory stimulants there is. It's not a nervous system stimulant like your caffeines or your tobacco. It's a blood stimulant. And when you consider that the life of the flesh is in the blood, cayenne pepper is a wonderful healer. And you can put cayenne pepper with any other herb and it'll intensify its action. So let's begin by looking at how you can use cayenne pepper internally. By the way, how would you take it? Well, a medicinal dose may be 1/4 teaspoon in a little bit of water and throw it down. Won't it burn? Well, I prefer to call it tingle. It might feel like it's burning, but it will never burn. Internally, it'll heal a stomach ulcer because what the cayenne does, it causes a constriction of any open blood vessels. So just for a moment, let's look at externally. If you have a cut, you pour cayenne pepper into it and it'll stop the bleeding. Like my arm and my bones were sticking out, I'd be very thankful for a doctor to perform an operation to get my arm working again. But there are lots of little tiny bits and pieces that the natural remedies will fix. So any cut, put the cayenne pepper on it. Yes, it will hurt, but it's already hurting, and remember, it'll settle down and then bind it up because it'll constrict the blood vessels and cause them to shut. Now, internally, if there's a bleeding ulcer and you take cayenne pepper, won't it hurt? It'll give a little bit of a tingle, but it will never hurt, meaning it will never cause an ulcer. In the book Jethro Kloss, there's a doctor that says it's impossible to cause a lesion with cayenne pepper. Another doctor said, you cannot abuse cayenne pepper. It's impossible to abuse it. It's actually a very safe herb. It will never harm. You can also use it internally if someone has a heart attack. No need for aspirin. And by the way, it has been shown today that aspirin causes brain bleeds. This is very, very safe with no side effects. Now, if someone is on warfarin or aspirin and they're a little concerned, I would suggest start taking 1/4 teaspoon 3 times a day. And most people, if they're on warfarin, they have to be tested, every few weeks or every month. And the doctor will say, your blood's getting so thin, we can reduce your medication. Because he will see it if you're taking cayenne pepper. It's very safe. I was going to say many doctors, probably 1% of doctors, there are a few that are using natural medicines with amazing results. See, there's no side effect with this. You could take a bucket of that a day and you would still not bleed to death. Because, remember herbs? Psalm 104 verse 14, God made herbs for the service of man. They work with the body. Now what that did when this lady took it, it thinned the blood, it immediately opened, dilated all her blood vessels, and she got a dramatic delivery of blood all through her body, and that's what pulled her around. Isn't that amazing? If you've got a stomach ulcer, it'll constrict the bleeding vessels. If you need to open the arteries, it'll just open that. That's how the herbs work with the body. You can also use cayenne pepper to wake up areas of the body that may be sleeping. Now, we have had a few people come to our program who've got peripheral neuropathy. That means they've lost the feeling in their feet. And this is one of the side effects of chemotherapy. So we've had a few people come who have lost the feeling in their feet. And it can also be used when people get commonly cold feet. You must never allow your feet to get cold, because perfect health requires perfect circulation, and perfect circulation means that your feet are the same as the rest of your body, the same temperature.
What's up, my favorite dirty little slut? Guess what? You're gonna be a good girl and have a good fucking day today. And you're gonna love yourself, you beautiful big booty bad bitch. You know why? Because I fucking said so. Got it?
Not to get all Charlie Day talking about Pepe Silva, but you have to go deeper than the headlines, guys. You have to read deeper than the headlines. Yes, the headlines everywhere say that the governor of Montana just signed a bill banning TikTok in the state of Montana. You have to go deeper than that, though, okay? This started 6 months ago. 6 months ago, the governor of Montana signed an executive bill banning TikTok from all state-run devices. That means a police officer's cell phone. That means government laptops and computers and any type of device that the government owns in Montana, they banned this. 6 months later, he sits down and he bans it across the board for anyone inside of the state lines of Montana. But it goes a little bit weirder and deeper than that. See, the governor of Montana is a man named Greg Gianforte. Now, Greg was elected governor in 2020. He has been running, though, for governor since 2016. He was also in Congress for a little bit. Before Greg got into politics, Greg worked in the tech industry. He had a company called Right Now Technologies. It made customer service programs. And in 2011, Greg sold that company to the Oracle Corporation for $1.5 billion. The Oracle Corporation, to connect the strings, is the third largest tech company by revenue in the world. It does cloud computing, it does servers. Actually, a lot of devices and websites that you use Oracle. And the thing is Oracle signed a deal with TikTok in 2020, specifically in September of 2020. Because in 2020, Donald Trump moved to ban TikTok. He signed an executive order to force the sale of TikTok to any American company, or else it was going to be banned. The court stopped it. But TikTok got nervous and they signed a deal with Oracle so Oracle would take over hosting all of their servers here in the United States. Greg is part of Oracle. Greg sold his company. There has to be stock involved with that. And if you think, oh, this is just TikTok, it's just the dancing app. Remember how I told you 6 months ago he banned TikTok from state devices and then 6 months later he's banning it for everybody else? Today, when he signed that bill banning TikTok, he signed a new executive order. And in that executive order, he said that he was going to ban any app that was run by a foreign adversary, including Telegram. Telegram, the encrypted messaging service app. He said it was founded in Russia, even though it currently resides in Dubai. They're coming to silence you, y'all.
Yeah, ladies are always saying that they struggle with getting their men to do house chores, and I literally never have to ask mine to do that. Maybe it's just because I take it in the ass.
Apparently, there are some Hispanic truck workers that want to boycott delivering food and necessities to stores over DeSantis' new immigration law. So you could continue your dumb BS. It's not going to work.
So now truckers are threatening to actually strike against bringing in goods to the state of Florida.
I don't know about you guys, but my truck will not be going to Florida at all.
Truck drivers are now calling for a boycott of the state of Florida.
Received a call that South Florida truck drivers are shutting down today.
We are asking for all the brothers and sisters of the road, truckers, to unite themselves with us.
This just in, truckers threaten Ron DeSantis with Florida boycott over migrant crackdown, folks.
It got to be dire need for me to bring this truck back here in Florida because, bruh.
A call has gone out on social media for truck drivers to stop delivering or working with the state.
Now, you may have heard news that truckers are potentially blockading Florida.
Camioneros amenazan a Ron DeSantis con hacer un boicot a Florida. Este movimiento incluso hasta ha llamado la atención de políticos estadounidenses.
Traileros amenazan a Ron DeSantis con no entrarle a Florida. Cero Florida para nosotros.
De que mi camión no entra a Florida, ni yo tampoco.
Este camión ni entrega ni recoge carga en Florida, en apoyo a los latinos y
en apoyo a todos los emigrantes que trabajan y trabajaban en la Florida. Mi troque ya no va a hacer cargas para la Florida.
Wipe it down, wipe.